Hello, Patreon, and welcome back to the Facts of Geek Life. I am the titular Charlie Carden, coming at you from Grand Rapids, Michigan. As always, I am joined by one of my esteemed colleagues, a frequent contributor to this wonderful program, talking about Candy McFarlin. Candy, good evening.
Hello, how are you?
How? I'm good. I'm excited about this episode. We were just talking in the pre-roll about it. That this is the first subject that you have chosen, and this is a show going back that when it first came out, I was all over it, like stink on a monkey, walking around, quoting it everywhere, telling people how much I loved it. And then at some juncture, the show, which is now apparently going into its 13th season, I just absolutely fell off the bandwagon. So this has given me some inspiration to jump back in. But we are actually talking about the FX series Archer, which is, if I blast through this quick description here, Archer, an adult animated sitcom created by Adam Reed for FX. Which you can see on Hulu if you've not watched it before. Debuted in September of 2009. The show follows the exploits of a dysfunctional intelligence agency, ISIS, which... Man, always kind of struggling with that name. I don't know how they landed on that. Not a great choice. Right. It's centered around Sterling Archer, voiced by the exceptional H. John Benjamin, and 7 of his colleagues, his mother and boss, Mallory Archer, the late Jessica Walter, Lana Kane, Aisha Tyler, Cyril Figgis, Chris Parnell, Cheryl Tunt, Michigan's own Judy Greer. She is not only from Livonia, Michigan, which is in Southeast Michigan, but worked at my college roommate, John, loves to tell the story. She was a server at the Oga's Kitchen location in the Laurel Park Place Mall in his hometown of Livonia. So he has seen her in the flesh way before she was famous.
Wow.
Pam Poovey, who is Amber Nash. I know that's a personal favorite of yours. Yes. Ray Gillette is Adam Reed, who's a series creator, and Dr. Algernon Krieger, Lucky Yates. The show is set in an anachronistic Cold War-esque universe and parodies espionage, culture, and society, and the human condition. Archer is distinguished by artistic reinvention in contemporary episodes, foregoing the standard setup of a workplace sitcom for self-contained anthologies. So, Candy, your history with the show since this was your pick.
I've literally watched it from day one. So now, that being said, I am woefully behind on all the seasons as well.
Good. This is not just me.
Life started happening. But I cosplayed as Pam Poovey. And Pam is one of my favorites because she's really, really popular. You can walk around at a convention and you are going to hear one of 2 phrases, one being holy shit snacks and the other being sploosh.
Sploosh, reluctant or excited.
I love the show. It's had me from day one.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I probably found it in 2010 because I was right on the period of time when I was on my own because my ex-wife, we had split up the previous year, was not really into humor and fun stuff. So this would not be a show that I probably would have seen when I was living with her. So when I was on my own, I got back into kind of old habits of enjoying things that I enjoyed and stumbled upon this. And it was just very much unlike anything that I feel like I'd ever seen. It was raunchy in the humor, much like a Family Guy or I won't say The Simpsons, where The Simpsons, aw, baby kitty. If you're not watching us on YouTube, you should be, because we got a little muker here. So what's his name again?
His name is Kartoffel, which is German for potato. We call him Toffee for short, and he's like very being much like this is playtime. And
my goodness, that's okay. Well, you know what? He was
biting my ankle, so I had to peel him off me.
Oh my god! Oh my goodness. So anyway, what I really dug about the show is that the humor was very sharp. It was edgy, but the time frame of the show is fantastically blurred. It clearly is set in a vibe of the 1960s, but we have a lot of modern technology, cell phones, things of that nature, but so many references that make it very, very modern age, which I think really led to the success of the series. So, all right, without further ado, let's jump in. Candy was kind enough to select 5 episodes. I am going to read the summaries, and then I'm going to turn them over to Candy for the first portion, and I'll kind of pepper in my notes as we go. Okay, so We did them a little out of order, but that's fine, because that's the beauty of a series like this, is that it doesn't follow a ton of chronology. There's a little, there's one aspect of it where I think something happened and we come back to it is, but it's nothing that watching it, you couldn't be like, oh my God, I'm lost. I don't know what's going on. So I would encourage you, listener, if you've not seen the show, watch all of them. But if you're going to pick, in a row, it's 10 episodes. We're a proponent of doing for a half-hour segment or a show that has half-hour episodes. We're a proponent of doing anywhere between 5 and 7 episodes. We chose 5 this time out of 10. But I would say, again, this is available on Hulu, so I'd highly recommend you checking out the whole thing. But we will talk about these 5 episodes for you. So we're going to start with episode 5. That is Honey Pot, written by Adam Reed and Tony Carbone, from February of 2010. Archer has to seduce an enemy agent to recover incriminating video footage of his mother. The enemy agent, however, is a man. Special guest stars Thomas Lennon, who was from a great show called The State on MTV in the 1990s, and then, of course, of Reno 911. And Ron Perlman as Ramon Limon. I assume we're referring to the Ron Perlman who's Hellboy and a really well-known actor, unless there's another Ron Perlman out there that I am not aware of. But feel free, if you're listening to this, to @me on Twitter, @the_C3, if Twitter's still around by the time you listen to this. Or feel free to drop us an email at secretfriendsunite @gmail.com and let me know if I'm wrong. But all right, Candy, take it away.
So we start off with Mallory very, very upset because they... Pardon me.
That's okay. Getting very emotional.
No, like a sneeze, like right there. Very, very upset because a very important data disk has been recorded of some sexy times with Nikolai, who is head of the KGB.
And that'll definitely come into play in later episodes.
Yeah. And I'm going to let you, actually, Charlie, since you've got it all right there, I'm going to let you do the episode summaries, and then we can
oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So, but anyway, yeah, all I have from here are some other notes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love some notes like, they're talking about he's seducing, Ron Perlman's character. And I think her remark is, all Hispanics look roguish.
Yes, exactly.
And God, Sterling's apartment. This was the only episode of the 5 where we got to spend some time with Woodside, who is Archer's manservant. Sterling's Woodhouse. Apartment with the schoolgirls and the lube and the lemur and the fireworks. I also love the line where Archer says to his mother, when I was little, I used to pretend you weren't my mother. And she goes, me too.
Me too.
We get the kill, bang, marry game at a time when I think it was new. The girls in the office are playing it. Oh my God. The Krieger, he says, Krieger, are you still taping bum fights? No. Now I'm into something darker.
So it should be noted that Krieger is, like, I love Pam Poovey, but Krieger will always and forever be my favorite.
Oh my God, so twisted. And when the two of them in the later episodes, he's snorting, MSG. I know no one spoil that. But anyway, Archer gets down to Cuba or whatever the South Central American setting is, and he's doing the honeypot, which is the classic seduction of an enemy agent. So he's Archer. I wrote Archer as a twink, and I apologize if that is an offensive phrase to anyone who's listening. But he's wearing a crop top T-shirt that says "Got Dick."
And he's doing, which is kind of funny, he's got the shorty shorts on. Yeah. And it totally reminds me of Lieutenant Dangle.
Exactly. Oh my God. Which is, because then we get the corresponding agents that he connects with are played by Thomas Lennon.
Charles.
Yeah, Rudy and Charles. So, I did write again that the agency is called ISIS, which really, hasn't aged well at all. But, so Rudy and Charles, it was a line from the Cockfight. It's a gay bar, but they also have cockfights. Oh, my God. Another one of them remarks to Woodhouse. So they kind of take Woodhouse under their wing because they show a lot of vignettes of like, Woodhouse, why don't you have any clothes? And it cuts to Archer throwing complaining about Woodhouse not poaching an egg and throwing all his clothes over the balcony. And says,
like Eggs 101.
Yeah, exactly. So one of the Charles and Rudy says, Woodhouse, how can you be so totally awesome and not be gay?
And he goes in about one of his colleagues, Reggie, that comes into play like many seasons later, actually.
Yeah. Oh,
But
gotcha. Nice.
I love Charles, the one agent who is Lieutenant Dangle and
Mm-hmm.
was on the state. And some of the things he says, he's like, "Oh my God, you like sneeze glitter!" Like, and when he's talking about, he's like, "You better not throw his clothes off the roof again, or I will go to New York and I will fling acid in your face."
They also toss out this the two gay guys toss out this line: stereotype exists for a reason. Okay, we're off to get our scrotums waxed.
And I think it's very important to note that this is the first appearance of Gillette is in this
Oh,
episode.
okay.
And
Gotcha.
Also, we start to see Cheryl's kinks start to come out when she's talking about being choked and
oh my God.
and possibly almost killed.
Oh yeah. We ended up seeing that with the choke, the clamp choking robot later on. Archer throws out this gem: lacrosse is high life for white people. And then eventually the Ron Perlman character and Archer are turned together when we found out that the two guys are a hit squad for Castro, who are trying to wipe out Ron Perlman's character because he's gay. I wrote about Cheryl and her choking fantasy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. And when they're trapped in the apartment in the gunfight, it's Lamone's, who is Ron Perlman's character, solution to use a Claymore mine, which is not something you would use in an enclosed space because it's like it's anti-personnel, anti-tank mine. How do you say the Hulk in Spanish? El Hulk, gay. Oh, that's all I got. Other thoughts about this episode? It was a delight. It's a good start.
The very, very end where Archer's cracking himself up thinking about Woodhouse is tied up somewhere and he's like probably dehydrated.
Oh my God. So cruel. Oh my God. Oh no. All right. Cool. Yeah, good stuff. All right, moving on. Number 7 is Skytanic, again written by series creator Adam Reed from February of 2010. While on the maiden verge of the luxury rigid airship Excelsior, get ready for all the Hindenburg jokes, but it's not. It's helium. A bomb threat requires the attention of ISIS agents. Again, that sounds so bad to say. Mallory eventually admits that she called in a false bomb threat as an excuse so she could get free tickets. So petty. Just as Lana calls Archer to tell him the news, he ironically finds a real bomb in the cargo hold. Oh, yes. All right. Take it away.
So not only were they free tickets aboard the blimp, but they were Trudy Beekman's tickets.
Trudy Beekman. Comes into the mix.
Comes into the mix like a bunch. And that just cracks me up. This just like unspoken feud with Trudy Beekman. You don't know why, but she just hates everything about her.
Isn't she the head of the HOA in her condo complex? Yeah.
I take us through a
blimp. I don't know if this was the first, but it was the most prominent example of the Lana, danger zone.
Yep. And then it's just classic after that.
Oh my God. Yes. Like Rampage when Archer ends up with breast cancer in the later season.
Oh man.
Which you shouldn't laugh about it because men do get breast cancer. It's really not that funny, but still. But yeah, oh boy. Let's see here. Yeah, so we got that, the rigid airship, and then Archer just nonstop riffs at the captain of this dirigible about talking about it being an explosion. We get some really bad profiling humor. There's Middle Eastern gentleman on there who on the ship that Archer calls Beardsley McTurbanhead. I mean, I know this was a post 9/11 world, but damn.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, and Archer, when he finds out that a normal airplane ride from New York to London is 4 to 6 hours, and the voyage of the Skytanic is 24 hours, he throws out the line, really? I can imagine this. Hello, airplanes. It's blimps. You win. Oh, all the sexual politics between the office mates going back and forth. Then Lana, my vulva is smoother than a veal cutlet. I said,
yeah,
I'll just dine on that. That'll be okay. Oh yeah, yeah.
Talking about your vealy vulva.
Oh my God. The bomb. When Archer does find the bomb, it's the stupid captain who said it because he did it
Lieutenant
as
Klaus.
as basically an insurance scam
Oh,
or
yeah.
basically a stock scam. As they're trying to defuse the bomb, Lana and Archer are arguing, and it was they're arguing the merits of lacrosse camp versus bomb disposal camp versus space camp. Oh God, oh boy. Cyril had snuck on board because he wasn't supposed to be there.
Right.
And in the end of it, they ended up pushing the bomb. They don't defuse the bomb, but they end up pushing it off of the side of the or through a convenient open hatch at the bottom of the blimp. And they're like, oh, it falls and it blows up whales. So they made it to England.
It did.
Oh my goodness. All right. Other favorite moments in this one for you?
So Cheryl is trying to blackmail Cyril. There's a lot of Cyril kind of names in that sentence. She's trying to blackmail him to sleeping with her again,
right? Because that happened in between. I think because we watched these out of sequence, that happens. But yeah,
and then they like pan over, and Cyril is saying, and you're just gonna sit there, and Pam's just sitting there watching them.
Yeah,
she's like, yeah, until she tags me in. She's like, no, my back's all messed up.
Oh my God. Oh man, oh man. Yeah, this was a great one without a doubt. All right, any final
big Truckosaurus hands references in this episode too. Lana's hands being big man hands.
Oh my God. Oh yes, just like Rachel Ray. All right, any other thoughts before we move on?
Nah.
All right. Cool. Good deal. Oh, guys, this is good stuff. Yeah. So actually, episode 6 was Scorpio. So we went 5, 7, 6. But anyway, now we're back to 6. So episode 6 is Scorpio. Again, Adam Reed is the writer from Feb of 2010. Archer and Lana go on a mission to stop an arms dealer while Mallory has a tryst with her KGB lover and reveals he may be Archer's father. That would be the KGB guy. Yeah. So,
yeah.
Oh, no. All right, you go first, please.
So Mallory is giving Archer what the mission is, and it's going off to try to kill this Scorpio guy. And they show a picture of him, and he's a big, hairy, beastly dude. And Archer says, "Why is diabetes busy?" I can say that because I'm diabetic. So.
Oh, geez. Oh.
Ugly duckling. So I really like how they set up the episode that everyone is fighting to get this mission because it's going to be like a vacation for them because they get to go to this like tropical island on this mega yacht and all this kind of stuff. So this dangerous mission, they're both treating it like it's a vacation opportunity. A couple of things I love is Fort Kick-Ass.
Fort Kick-Ass. Oh, that's a good one. That's applicable in a lot of different stuff.
Yes. Fort Kick-Ass and the name of the boat being the Chum Guzzler.
I have that too. Oh my God.
But I really love one of my favorite part of that whole setup is the portion where the team is all sitting like they're supposed to be doing some sort of like mundane paperwork assignment, and they're all just sitting around doing, drinking. Archer's trying to get Cyril to keep texting Lana and drive her crazy, and they're just I just like that whole little dynamic of them working together there. That was my favorite part of that episode.
Oh my God. Let's see here. What else do I have? Oh yeah. Some other great quotes. Yeah. If there's one thing women love, it's being smothered by men, or in Cheryl's case, being choked. Nikolai's "Don't be queen of drama." That's an easy one to use. Phone in a blender. The secret ingredient is phone. I love it how when Archer is deep sea diving because he's going to rescue Lana from the yacht. Yeah. And again, this is technology and kind of infiltrating itself into the early 1960s setting of the show. He's got caller ID in his wristband, and his caller ID, Cheryl's name is Carol, which is another one of her aliases.
Many names.
Krieger, I've had good results with ether. Oh, and this is my winner is Lana when Archer is then on board and they're talking about, kind of the finer pincher move to take out the bad guy when she refers to him as Skipper Bottoms, captain of the SS Rough Service. Oh my god! Oh, ends up in a three-way with Scorpio. The two of them in bed with him, and he goes womp womp.
Womp, womp. That got a little dark.
Oh my god! Yes, exactly. So anyway, obviously things end up in a big shootout. Lana and Archer are still going back and forth. They admit to each other that they're each other's life insurance beneficiaries because that's the big thing. Their exes, still hot for each other, whatever. Yeah, and there's a lot of you're right. There's a lot of mundane office talks and a lot of HR talk about flex accounts, but they managed to pull it off and make it work. So Archer to Lana talking about Cyril, referring to Cyril, who could forget Mr. Kling. The boat blows up. Archer and Lana survive, but they're still bickering with each other. They just never stop. This is where Cyril and Cheryl have the sex, and she's got the big choke mark. Oh my god. Oh yeah. So this is just yuck a minute. Yeah, the SS Rough Service. That's going to kind of be my quote for the season, which as we wrap up the episode, I'll make mention of. But other thoughts before we move along.
This is kind of the first implication that Nikolai may be Archer's father.
Right.
So that was notable. She's still really pro vasectomy.
Oh God, yeah, that was my note. If I scroll back, because there's a whole sequence is why wouldn't he do a vasectomy? And they show Sterling banging his maid and knocked her up 3 times. They have a whole segment, including her serving him breakfast, and she takes back the lid of the serving tray, and it's a pregnancy test again.
Krieger snorting MSG off of Pam's stomach, the flavor in Hansa, and also shouldn't you be cooking a rabbit somewhere? And Krieger pipes up, I've got some in the lab.
Cyril is he's kind of pontificating with the other characters and saying, I moved in with my last girlfriend after 4 weeks. And he says, what are you, a lesbian? Why are you into that? Pam says.
Did I say that out loud?
Oh my God. Oh, all right. Okay, cool. Moving on to The Rock. Adam Reed and Boswell Cocker, writers, March of 2010. Odin, who is a competing intelligence agency, better name, steals away a contract, so Mallory sends Archer and Lana to steal a priceless diamond as payback. Sounds great. However, the mission and Cyril's plan to propose to Lana are upset when ISIS workers decide to go on strike for better pay. Special guest star is the fantastic Jeffrey Tambor as Len Trexler, who is the head of Odin. All right. What do you got?
Slugger in the diaphragm with a forearm shiver. So Cheryl comes in and sees Cyril talking to Pam, and he said she stole her muffin, and that was her solution.
Oh God!
Slugger in the diaphragm.
Oh my gosh!
I love the Jessica Walter Jeffrey Tambor relationship that they had in Arrested Development, where they were husband and wife in that show, and then they are kind of love interests in this show as well. That always makes me giggle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Night shoveling.
There's a great routine if you know the comedian Brian Posehn. He's a big, tall, gangly guy with a big beard, no hair. He says, if you're a guy of my size, there are certain things you never get to do. Like, for example, night shoveling.
You had me at put. Is one of my favorite Cheryl lines.
Oh God!
And tactile neck is a great
the tactical turtleneck. Oh my God! Yeah, that's one that stuck with me.
Yeah. I'll let you go. I have a couple more, but
no problem. I love the line. I learned that flammable and inflammable mean the same thing. I love that she. I think it's. I think it's Mallory that describes crack whore red as a nail polish color. I also enjoyed that Pam in one of the sides, Pam and Cyril are at an Irish wake, and the banner says "R.I.P. Agent Redacted." It's crossed out because they're secret agents. The line, "I don't care if you're Captain Crunch." No, Captain Beefheart. And then there's a whole sequence. "You want to play me hard," etc. Phrasing. That's, I think, the first time we get that. A lot of exactly. Cyril and his daddy says, I'll shove his hawk face in her big brown boobs. Didn't need a varsity jacket to get these. He's having this whole fantasy about taking Lana back to meet his father.
Now, Dad.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, the tactical turtleneck. Krieger said, "I'm glad I have an erection that doesn't involve homeless people." What? What is that? Oh, God. Oh, yeah, in Mallory's line, and I love this because my business partner, Mark, who I record with on this network, lives up in Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia. "Cost of living increase where? The People's Republic of Canada?" And yeah, the button on this, "You can't put a price on good pussy," which I have discovered in my life is not actually the case. Sorry.
Goodness.
Burt Reynolds, and this we do discover within this episode Archer's ongoing love of actor Burt Reynolds, which is funny because it jumps forward. Burt Reynolds was very big in the 70s, and so yes, it's just that's where it shows that time is very much not linear in this show. But he talks about smoking the band, and he says, "Lana, who do I look like in this?" Because he's wearing the tactical vest with no shirt. Burt Reynolds and Gator, come on, Gator.
Then we find out later that he actually has a huge phobia of gators.
Oh boy, God, like Indiana Jones and
future
snakes.
Episodes or seasons. I mean,
yes, indeed.
We start to see Mallory. She does a couple of lines that are really, really huge over exaggerations, and it very much reminds me of her character on Arrested Development. That show, but like when she says that if you don't steal me that huge diamond, I will literally die.
I will literally die.
There's the one where it's like, if I have to open my own salad again, I'm gonna freak out. So they're like, "So what are you gonna be? You ever want to see your son again?" And there's just like this huge pause, and she's like, "Not at that price you quoted me." They're negotiating their wage increase.
And she's naked in there, wringing out her shirt into the vodka glass. Oh.
So yeah, that's my take on that episode.
Nice. That's good stuff. All right. Taking us home. We've managed to rip through these pretty quickly. We probably could have done the whole season, but here we are. A little teaser for next time. I feel like we'll come back and do more seasons of this, certainly of the classics. Much like you and I are kind of doing the golden age of The Simpsons, we could probably tackle at least the first couple of seasons of this show. Sure. But at any rate, episode 10, the season finale is Dial M for Mother, written by Adam Reed from March of 2010. Archer is kidnapped and implanted with a mind control chip, which malfunctions and causes him to try and kill Mallory. Meanwhile, Lana tries to teach Cheryl a lesson after Cheryl cheats on her with several women, including Cheryl, while Pam attempts to have sex with at least one of her coworkers.
Pam.
Oh, Pam, go ahead.
Well, speaking of that exactly, in the very beginning, she's stapling up, a new memorandum on the board, and it's talking about no more sex with coworkers, essentially. And Cyril snaps back to Pam, "Oh, so it doesn't affect you." And that's when she lets him know. Yeah, poor Pam. That's when she lets her know that they purposely extended it out till Friday so that she has time to get with a coworker.
Right, exactly. Get while the getting is good.
So what is this? Oh, you mean besides incredibly awkward when when Nikolai comes on the TV, the head of the KGB is all of a sudden on her TV in her office with pink lingerie.
From Fredericks of Latvia. I wrote that down.
Yes, Fredericks of Latvia. And I love when he's holding up the little nightie and and he's like hostile work environment because he tells him to stop messing with the nightie. Jeanette, which always cracks me up because that's Janet from Friends. Janice, I'm sorry, not Janet.
Oh yeah,
Janice
yeah.
from Friends is Jeanette on this show, and she's has this one little tiny scene, but she had to have crammed at least like 3 shit asses in there. I love that her phrase is shit ass. It cracks me up.
Oh my gosh.
And then Gillette is lining up for his chance with Lana, and he was like, "Wait, I thought you were gay," and he was like, "Girl, no one's that gay."
Oh God, I had that too. Figure it out, Truckosaurus. Oh yeah, I had that early in the episode. Again, Pam is trying to just get laid, and Archer chuckles. He says, "You think between now and Friday you can get some roofies?" And she had been standing there popping staples into Cyril as they were having an argument. She lunges towards him and pulls out his gun and goes, Pam, I will end you.
End you.
Oh, let's see here. You were 13 with that au pair when you lost your innocence. No, I was 12. Cheryl, it's like being choked by a child, which I thought would be hot, but
it's not you, it's your weak womanly hands.
Oh my God. Oh, you'll love this because I know when you cosplay as Pam that you have the HR dolphin.
Yeah.
She's using her HR dolphin when she's talking to a guy and she points at his crotch. Come on, no one would know. I would know. And now I'm forgetting the reference, but it has something to do with, maybe it was the Jeanette character you talked about with the breast cancer and stuff. And he says, "Oh, I forgot your dick's full of radiation and mastectomy coupons." Right. Oh, because he had slept with her as well.
Right. With Sad Jane.
Oh, Sad Jane. There you go.
Sad Jane, yeah.
Drunk Archer, before he gets kidnapped, he said, "Who gives a shit about a baby?" Because that was the setup for the 2 KGB agents who were kidnapping him. Mm-hmm. Girl, please, nobody's gay. And then more than once, somebody's ringtone is the mulatto butt song. Yeah. I don't know. That is, I don't know if that's in reference to Lana potentially because she's mixed race. It is pointed out more than once. Cyril goes Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah,
sitting there loading the gun in the lots of inappropriate analogies. Then finally, so Lana has this whole scheme. She's getting people to pay her to say that they slept with her, but she's like, well, if all the guys in the office, they all paid you, won't they all know that they're lying? And they said there's no man on earth that will admit that he's lying about sleeping with somebody. They're like, oh. And then, so finally, Pam is last person in line. And Lana agrees to get down with Pam. And she says, "I need you to not talk about it. I won't say a word." No. I meant during. I'm going to have to pretend that you're Alex Karras, who is, he was a Detroit Lions football player and he was Webster's dad in the show Webster and in a lot of different other stuff in the 80s. It's so random. So yeah, when Archer is when he's gotten the chip in his head and then he's going to try to kill Mallory, she subdues him and he comes out of it and she's talking to him. He's reeking like a cattle rapist in covered with what I hope is meat, smelling what I hope is meat. Yes. Oh, and I wrote, this is a little bit of insight to me, and I realized that it's taken me all this years watching this show to figure out that at a certain level, Archer and his mother are kind of a mirror for me and my own mother. That's kind of how we talk to each other. That's really fucked up. But no, we just have a very sardonic relationship, so it's kind of funny. So anyway, other thoughts before we move on to our overall big picture?
I love the robotic hand that Krieger makes for Cheryl to choke out Cheryl.
It's too much and then it's not enough, and it's too much and it's not enough.
And he's like, oh, and she's like, "Why'd you stop?" And he said, "I thought you said stop slacking off." Not slacking.
Oh my God.
So, proposition, first person to untie me, guy or gal, I'll let him or her give me a handy.
Oh my God. Oh Lord.
This is another over dramatization with Mallory when they're sitting at the pretend funeral of Archer's father because she made up a fake father for Archer. When they were at
mirroring the JFK funeral.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh my God, if we miss the train, I will literally go blind.
And he's little Archer standing there, looks like JFK Jr. with the salute.
Oh at least my last boyfriend was in a noose made out of an extension cord.
Oh, God.
Is Lana saying that to Cheryl?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Just this show. Holy shit.
Is that all I have? Oh, just if anybody wants to have some ball slappy sex with Lana, come to Cyril's desk and line up and take a number. And Pam's running over with a handwritten little slip that says a number 1 on it. She said, "Go in line and take a number."
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, all right. Well, let's wrap up. Okay. Overall eval. So let's pick a favorite episode from the sequence, which is not easy. I think I rolled with Skytanic. I thought it had the most zingers. I liked the setting. And to me, it kind of had the most punch. But again, so very hard to choose. Yeah. So how about you?
It might be Scorpio. There's a lot that happens. There's a lot in that one. And like I said, I kind of like that office dynamic where you're seeing them, like the grunts, as they call them in later episodes, doing their thing kind of back at the office while they're doing like their spy shit and stuff. And
yeah, right.
I just like
all
that.
The little people.
Yeah, there was a lot of good one-liners out of that one.
I hear you. For sure. All right. Least favorite of our selections, I picked The Rock. It just didn't really click with me. I don't know. I just thought it was like, okay, competing. Yes, the Jeffrey Tambor interaction was pretty great, but I thought that there was better of the ones that we watched. So how about you?
I like them all, so I can't say.
Okay. Oh boy. 0. Well, then you're really going to struggle with this next one. And again, this is kind of mirroring you and our work on The Simpsons. Top quote from the selections I picked from our very first episode, Honey Pot. Stereotypes exist for a reason. Okay, we are off to get our scrotums waxed. That was my leading favorite. But again, how do you choose from everything that these people do? There's way too much going on. So anyway, how about you?
It's a Charles line from Honey Pot, because I loved Charles. And Archer comes back first thing in the morning and he's covered in mud and blood. And he was like, "I was way out in the Everglades burying some Dominican guy's rooster." And Charles says, "Fun." Oh, wait, you meant a literal rooster.
Oh my God. Oh, holy cow. Well, this is crazy. So for our next segment, we could either, baby kitty. I'm a sucker for cats. Hi, baby girl. Or boy, sorry.
Boy.
Baby boy. Very cute. Hopefully you're watching us on YouTube. I love this. This was awesome. I'm an advocate next of either doing the other 5 episodes because it was that much fun, or moving on to season 2. So we will discuss, and then obviously we will probably move on to season 6 of Simpsons at some point as well. So Candy, thank you so much for being here. My God, this was a blast. Thank you for the suggestion. I have not watched or thought about Archer in years. I think I still own the disc of season 1 because I was so crazy about it back in the day, but I've dabbled with, watching other ones on Hulu, but I swear, I feel like the last season I watched was the one where they were doing the South Pacific Island one that was like the spoof of the old show Tales of the Golden Monkey. That was, I feel like this last one I watched, but now I feel like I want to dig in more. But we watched so much TV for this segment that I'm like, well, I got to watch. Like tomorrow I'm recording, for season 1 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer with my partner Kelly in Wisconsin. So we're talking about a couple. So and then next I'm moving back on to Quantum Leap, and I'm doing Daria with my partner Missy Merchant, doing a few episodes of those. So I'm always watching something. So, but this was awesome. Let's definitely figure out either coming back to doing more of season 1 or definitely moving on to season 2 because I'm totally fired up about this. But in the meantime, where do people find you out there on the internet?
I am at Sweets, the number 4, A Sweet. Cosplay, if you want to search for that, you'll find all my things, but most of the things are just at Sweets for A Sweet.
Awesome. Good deal. And as always, you can find me over on Twitter for the time being at the C3. Go ahead and spell it out. My wife April and I do run the USS Grant Petoskey, one of the largest chapters of Starfleet, the International Star Trek Fan Club. We are based here in Michigan, but I actually head up Region 13, which is Michigan and Eastern Canada. If you're a Trekker in the sound of my voice and haven't done so already, want to meet other Trekkers in your neck of the woods, please do hit me up. Thank you to all of our Patreons for supporting us. And I will say thank you very much one last time, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye, friends.
Bye.